I know we've just got a couple of minutes here left, but there's one short one I wanted to go over because it's a follow-up on a problem Rudy had brought to us last time. So if you remember that, for those of you who were here last time, if you remember that valve issue that we were all scratching our heads over, Rudy posted a topic about it and finally figured out what the issue was, and I thought it was kind of an interesting scenario. So issue was, and correct me if, feel free to step in and correct me if I get any of this wrong, Rudy. Valves were making noise. The dispenser was dribbling after use. Oh, you got a video right here. I can show the problem. Part of why I like this topic is there are lots of videos and images in here. So dispenses, there we go. There we go. And a big dribble afterwards. And what had us all scratching our heads last time was that Rudy had completely eliminated any kind of electrical issue. He even fully unplugged the valve. I think there's a later development. Rudy, am I right? It was that when the dispenser was activated, it would also put some water into the ice maker? Or no, was it that when the ice maker filled, some water came out of the dispenser?
Exactly, all the time.
Yeah. So really weird valve issue and apparently nothing electron because you completely disconnected the dispenser valve's plug and still the issue persisted. Big long topic, went through a bunch of stuff. There's the valve itself. Finally, we got to, yes, Brian G came along and dropped some words of wisdom here. He said, "Is it possible that the second valve has its lines backwards? The inlet line and dispenser line are reversed, it would cause the valve to open by water pressure." This is something that I think, I'm pretty sure when we were discussing this last time, we had brought that up and we didn't think it was possible for some reason that the lines had gotten reversed.
Yes, you mentioned it actually, and I was sure it wasn't that way because I swapped each line at a time.
Mhm.
And I didn't even consider that maybe somebody was messing with it before I even came to see the fridge. So I, you know, eliminated that as a problem.
Sure. Yeah, I mean that's the worst kind of it's the worst scenario for work that's been done on an appliance before you is when you don't even know that someone has worked on it beforehand. Then how do you
Sabotage.
Yeah. And yeah, Brian G had this great he's got these great images that demonstrate what happened, which is that it is exactly what he described. Um so oh, let me post this and because I don't even know how Brian spotted this, but I got the video that he looked at, which gave him this info.
Yeah, I thought
I
they
can
were
share that.
colored. Like green goes to the green valve.
Well, they do, but two of them are just kind of whitish. So, and those are the ones that got reversed.
Okay.
So let's see. Here's the video. Audio won't play, but I don't think there really is any audio here. The visuals are what's important. So just showing you the lines along the back of the refrigerator here, leading up to the valve. There you go.
Okay.
All right, did you spot it?
I didn't.
I don't know how he spotted this,
I
but
didn't.
yeah, he must have been just tracing back and forth in this video and saw
Wow.
that yeah, these two clear plastic lines here, this one here and this one here, got reversed. One was put into so here's the one that the line coming from the water filter is supposed to go into number one here. And instead it was put into number two, which is supposed to be the output going to the dispenser.
Wow. Wow. That'll get you.
Yeah. So if you've got, water pressure pushing in on a val on what's supposed to be the outlet of a valve, you're going to have water seeping through there.
This is just
So
good
Another this is
catch.
just another sales tactic for appliantology. I don't know how anyone does their job without this site.
Tim, you caught us.
But wow, the eyes on Brian G. I was amazed at that one.
I don't know. Maybe he was just studying that video for minutes and finally spotted that. Because yeah, I don't know how he
There's,
saw it.
there's
That's
got to be
incredible.
something wrong.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. It's the only thing that could have been wrong.
Yeah, physically that's because we'd ruled out electrical and new valve, and so that's all
Yeah.
that's left.
It had to be that the tubes were in the wrong way. It was the only thing left.
Does anybody know why they complicate these valves so much versus the old style?
From what I understand, it's just because they've got so many different places water needs to go. They've got two different ice makers and the dispenser. So that already calls for three valves right there.
And then you got to have the isolation valve, so
Yeah.
the tubing isn't under house pressure all the time.
Yeah, so this one over here that's by itself,
Oh.
that's the isolation
Yeah.
valve.
Yeah.
So water goes into here from the house.
Right.
Then
They
it
probably
runs
got
out to the
sued.
filter.
They probably
Like
got sued at
white
some
paint, yeah.
point because of the water line going up the back of the refrigerator burst and somebody's wood floor got puckered and
Yeah.
all they had to do was add an isolation valve to keep the standing pressure off those brittle lines.
Yep.
God, I love these valves. They've been great money makers.
Yeah.
This is a good one. This is
Yeah.
standard truck item for us.
Yeah, all
So
this could have been avoided if I paid attention to where the lines are going. I feel stupid not looking at that in the first place.
honestly, it's a tricky problem, but that's why I wanted to highlight this topic. I'm glad that you posted the resolution. Thanks for doing that. And
Yeah,
now
appreciate that.
we all know kind of what to look for if we see this kind of weird scenario. And we know
Just
that that's
adds
something
to
to
the
watch out
knowledge
for.
base.
I would have thought it was a filter head.
Oh, that was one of the things that got tossed out both
Yeah.
last time we talked about this and
Yeah.
the topic itself. We were going through basically every possibility.
Yeah, a question about that. What exactly can happen there? There's two lines going to the filter. What exactly can happen there? Can it get plugged up, or what should I look for if I'm inspecting it? The filter head?
Yeah, so when you're putting a filter in there, it's depressing two little pins.
Huh?
And those little pins will actually break or they'll actually get cockeyed and won't seat right.
Oh,
Yep. And so most of the time you see it when people are changing filters out. It's sitting there fine and all of a sudden they change it out, they push it in there, and next thing you know, they push the little pin inside there either breaks or it doesn't align right. And you either get no supply water coming in or you get no return going out.
okay. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yep.
That's good to
And then
know.
so from there you actually kind of gotta I think on this one right here, you can actually take the lines off. So you kind of take the line off one side and see if it's flowing through the filter or if it's on the front side of it. See what I'm saying? So you can kind of figure it out by taking the hoses off the front and the back side.
Okay.
That's what I usually do.
Yep.
All right, good stuff.